Listen, everybody's tough until the cuffs click.
Quítate. No me puedes tocar a mí. No, ¿qué estás haciendo? No me puedes tocar. Hey, no nos puedes tocar. Hey, no nos puedes tocar. You can't touch me.
Yes, I can.
I'm a U.S. citizen. You can't touch me. No, you can't.
Stay in there.
You can't do nothing to me. No, you can't.
Whatever, bro. I'm recording you too.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
It's okay.
You just turn off your camera, nigga.
It's been on. Stay in there. I don't want to do anything to you, brother.
You can't do nothing to me, nigga.
Red and blue lights mean stop, brother. It means stop. That's what it means. The law. How old are you?
I don't give a fuck.
How old are you?
You can't do nothing to me, bro. I can get up.
You're not gonna.
Yes, I can.
You're gonna interfere. Look, for your safety and my safety, stay in there. You understand me? Stay there, brother.
Stay there. You can't do shit to me. You can't do shit to
Stay
me.
there.
You can't do shit to
Yes, I
me.
can.
No, you can't, bro.
Stay there.
You can't do shit. I haven't done shit to you,
Okay,
bro.
stay back.
No, bro. No, bro. I haven't done shit.
Stay back. Stay back. Stay back. Stay back.
Why you pushing me, bro?
Because you're
I haven't done shit. No, you can't be touching me.
Yes, I can.
No, you can.
Yes,
You
I
can't be
can.
touching me.
Yes, I can.
No, you can.
Yes, I
No,
can.
you can. What's your fucking badge number then? What's your badge number? Yeah, exactly.
915.
Yeah, yeah.
915.
915. Say it again. What's
There
your
we
badge
go.
number?
915. I said
What's your
3
badge
times.
number?
105.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, why you covering it? Why you
don't
covering
care about
it?
the place, bro.
Exactly. Tell me why you
Place, I don't
covering.
care.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about you.
Stay
Yeah. You
away
can't.
from
You
my-
can't be touching me
Yes, I
like
can.
that.
Get
No, you
back.
can't. No, you can't.
If I couldn't, I wouldn't. So stay back. Do you understand? You can record all you want, but come
Okay,
right there.
nah. Can't do shit to me, bro.
No, you can't touch him. He's under minor.
Oh, sorry for the buffering.
It is keeping a safe distance.
No, you can't touch him. He's a minor.
Look, Mom.
What's your name?
Look.
What's your name? Give me the keys.
Here's the keys.
Give me the keys.
Take them. Bye.
Bye. What's your name?
Fucking name, bro.
Pelon, check al bebé. Why are you touching me? Why are you pushing
touching
me?
me.
I'm recording you.
Look. It's a public road.
Okay. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
What are you?
Where am I? Why
are
are
you
you
going?
touching me?
Where are you going?
I'm walking.
Okay, me
I'm
too.
walking.
Let's walk.
But why are you touching me?
Let's walk together.
Why am I
Look,
touching?
I'm recording too.
Okay.
Hey, let's get in the car. Let's go. Ready?
Why are my parents? Why are my parents? Can I see them? Can I talk to them? Why not? Ah!
For those who are new here, since I had my back injury, I'm on a new system which provides these technical issues. I appreciate those who are bearing with me though.
Pelón, checa al niño, pelón. ¡Ah! Pelón.
Los phones video.
Los phones. Where the phone?
Hey, you can't leave. Where the phone's at? Where's your phones at? Where's your phones at? Where's your phone? Give me your phone.
Get out of the way.
Where are their phones? Where are their phones?
It's in the truck.
Neither
Their
not.
phone's in the truck. Yes.
Go check.
Go check. Get out of the way.
What if I don't?
Get out of the way.
What if I don't?
Get out of the way.
What if I don't?
Okay,
You're gonna touch me?
Get out of the way.
You're gonna touch me?
You need to get out of the way.
You don't need to touch me.
Okay. You
What's
need to
your
get out
name?
of the way.
What's your name?
You need to get out of the way, okay?
What's your badge number, huh? Why don't you say your badge number? Why don't you say your badge number? Why don't you say your badge number?
Pelón, ¿qué pasó, Pelón?
DHS agents detained 2 teens' parents in San Juan, Texas. Kim Katie also added, while these people are under the mistaken impression that DHS agents can't detain U.S. citizens or minors. Emotions high. You can't touch me. I'm a citizen. You know, here's the truth. Traffic stoplights mean stop. And agents can detain, verify, and release citizens after checks. If your paperwork's clean, you go home. But if not, you don't. Villains don't overrule law. Tell y'all that all the time. Now, speaking of law, Chicago tried to outsource U.S. law to the United Nations. I want y'all to watch this.
Mayor Brandon Johnson is asking the United Nations to intervene to stop your operations. Here is what he said before the UN Human Rights Council. Listen to this.
The federal government's immigration enforcement has been marked by violence and an assault on the dignity of all Chicagoans. I call on this council to hold the federal government of the United States to the same standards of accountability you apply elsewhere in the world. No country should be above international law. I urge the Human Rights Council to consider additional measures of accountability, including a special session to examine the worsening human rights crisis in the United States.
Tom, this is just pure lunacy, but what is your reaction to all of that?
He's just proving he's not that smart, right? I mean, asking the United Nations to interfere with ICE enforcing U.S. law, it's like asking an arsonist how to stop a fire. Because the UN, remember, the IOM, the part of the UN, helped fund the mass migration during the Biden administration 4 years, spending millions upon millions of dollars helping that migration, international migration, come to the United States. So, the United Nations is not going to tell President Trump what to do. President Trump was put in office on the promise of making this country safe again, on the promise of having the historic deportation operation. That's exactly what America is getting. Every criminal alien ICE and Border Patrol takes off the street makes this country safer. We have the most secure border in the history of the nation right now because of leadership of President Trump, the men and women of the Border Patrol, and because ICE. What ICE is doing in the interior every day, they've sent a message across the globe. Don't spend your life savings, cross the border illegally, think you're going to get away in the United States. Because of what ICE is doing, people aren't spending their life savings, putting themselves in harm's way. Thousands of people aren't dying making that journey. Thousands of Americans aren't dying from fentanyl because of that secure border. But the actions of the interior, the ICE and Border Patrol, has a lot to do why we have the most secure border in the history of this nation today.
And you're doing such a great job, Tom. Kevin Cork here. You're
Brandon Johnson, the sanctuary city leader, it seems, ran to Geneva to stop federal agents in Chicago. Omen's answer, look, we enforce U.S. law in the U.S., all right? That's it. You don't call the arsonist to run your fire department. ICE only hits border towns. They said, I'm just saying, that's what they said. Sure. But tell that to these folks. How do you even say that? It's Kauai. Kauai?
ICE. According to a post on their Facebook page, Kauai County says a total of 44 people were arrested as a result of 6 federal search warrants that were executed at multiple homes and 1 business on the Garden Isle. Kauai County says among those arrested were 2 suspected associates of the foreign terrorist organization Tren de Aragua, based in Venezuela. ICE. According to a post on their Facebook page, Kauai County's
Kauai. Oh yeah, because I couldn't get that word together, which messed up my whole segue. Anywho, I'm human here, and we don't do no edits, so everything is raw and uncut. Island rules don't beat federal warrants. 6 locations hit. Dozens detained, and yes, agents everywhere. The message: distance from the mainland isn't distance from the law. In the mainland? Texas job sites, midday. Roll it. Concrete still wet. Boots in the mud. You cut corners, and you cut your own future. Real talk. Americans need work. Legit immigrants need fairness. And shady labor pipelines hurt both. Then there's Portland. Good old Portland, where protests jumped the shark.
A bit.
First of all, that was just nasty. Ew. When your argument becomes, I can eat pepper balls, it's safe to say you lost that argument, buddy. This isn't activism. It's content forming. And unfortunately, I think that's going to come with some side effects. Some people might say fortunately, but that's not me. Now, a reset. What real respect actually looks like.
A lot of amigos say why I have the American flag right there, why I don't have my Honduras flag. I say, I live in 25 years in this beautiful country, and I'm not supposed to have my Honduras flag wherever I coming from, because we're living in America. We're living in this beautiful country, and it's not fair I come into different country to put my flag. That's my flag right now for 25 years. God bless America.
25 years here. And he
A lot of
flies the flag.
say,
ooh. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I just burped. Maybe too much information. I had a spicy nugget. Trying to let it process. I can't even get my thoughts together. But 25 years here. And he like I said, he flies the flag of the country he calls home. That's a simulation. That's gratitude. That's the exact energy that built this place. But while the media clutches pearls, I watch some SpongeBob, the ground game ramps up. I want you to watch Holman's math.
this nation today.
And you're doing such a great job, Tom. Kevin Cork here. You're also limiting trafficking. People don't talk nearly enough about that. This administration has done so much to try to curtail what has been an absolute disaster for so many young women and children who've been trafficked across the border. Now, I want to turn for just a moment to ICE detainments. You may have read this. CBS is actually reporting that there are somewhere in the area of 66,000 detainees in ICE custody. That's a 70% increase, by the way, since the president took office, and it's a new record high. But there are others, Tom, reporting that ICE is now considering buying large warehouses to hold the influx of illegal aliens. And so I'm wondering tonight if you can give us any insight on this, and is capacity becoming a real issue? And if so, how are you dealing with it?
Well, I looked at the numbers about, an hour ago. We're about 65,000.
Okay.
But hold on tight, because we're going to soon be at 100,000. Right beginning of February, I spent hundreds of trips up to Capitol Hill talking with the senators and congressmen, the big, beautiful bill, telling them why we need 100,000 beds. We're going to get those 100,000 beds very soon. And the reason why there's 100,000 beds, because an average bed turns over 10 times a year, right? The average length of stay is 30 to 35 days. So every ICE bed turns over 10 times a year. Well, you got 100,000 beds, and those beds turn over 10 times. What do you got? You got 1 million. So, 100,000 beds will come online soon. And so if people are having a fit about 65,000, you're going to really have a fit when 100,000 beds are online. That's what we need to do this operation. Everybody we arrest needs a bed, because we don't simply arrest somebody and put them on a plane within a half hour. They got to be bedded down. They got to get travel documents and plane arrangements and removal, itineraries put in place. So we need a bed for everybody arrest. So 100,000 beds was the game plan, and it's coming soon. And when we get the 100,000 beds and 10,000 new agents, you think we're doing well now? We got historic number of deportations right now under President Trump. Those numbers going to pale in comparison to next year.
Hey, Tom, it's Nicole Sapphire. I want to switch gears, go to the New York City mayoral election. It took one day for Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani to start threatening ICE. Take a listen.
To ICE agents and to everyone across this city is that everyone will be held to the same standard of the law. If you violate the law, you must be held accountable. And there is sadly a sense that is growing across this country that certain people are allowed to violate that law, whether they be the president or whether they be the agents themselves.
Now, Tom, you had mentioned earlier that political rhetoric such as this really emboldens these bad guys for violence against ICE officials. And the DHS has reported up to 800% increased assaults against ICE and Border Patrol officers this year, all while staffing remains stretched thin. So my question to you, Tom, is, what are we doing to protect these agents on the ground? Are the current laws strong enough to deter violence against them, or does Congress need to do more?
Well, Pam Bondi and Department of Justice really stepped up. I looked at the number of Title 18, United States Code 111. That's the impeding and interfering ICE law enforcement officers, just federal law enforcement officers, and we're at historic level of prosecutions. We're going to continue to prosecute. So Mamdani needs to take a look at what happened in Chicago. Mayor Johnson's pushing back. He's not helping. But guess what? We're arresting thousands of people in Chicago every week. We're going to arrest people there tonight. We're going to arrest people there tomorrow. All these mayors who don't want their community safer, they can scream and yell and protest all they want. We're going to be out there tomorrow, we're going to be out the next day. And like I said months ago, in sanctuary cities like Chicago and New York, we will flood the zone. The more agents we hire, we're hiring 10,000 new officers. They'll be flooding the zone in sanctuary cities. Why? Because we know we have a problem in sanctuary cities. We know they're releasing public safety threats from their jails every day back in the community. If he was smart, he led us into Rikers Island so we can arrest a bad guy in the safety and security of a jail rather than him releasing people to the street to reoffend against citizens of the city. So we're going to make New York safer again, with or without him. We would like his partnership, but if you want to stand by and let us do his job for him, that's what we'll do. We're going to make New York safer, New York City safer. President Trump made that promise, and we're keeping that promise. Every criminal alien we take off the street of Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, makes those neighborhoods safer. So you ought to be calling President Trump up and thanking him for making his neighborhood safer.
Tom Homan, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for bringing all this information, and again, good luck with all the work you're doing.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
You got it.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Now, capacity is policy. 100,000 bids turning 10 times a year is $1 million removals. Oh yeah, flood the zone isn't a slogan; it's logistics. Sanctuary speeches won't out-organize buses, planes, warrants, and paperwork. Some cities ask foreign bureaucrats to stop American law. Chicago. Some protesters ate for clout. Meanwhile, agents kept working. The choice is simple. A country with borders and laws is all we need. That's all we asking for. I don't know, man. I can come up with something profound to say, but at this point, if I'm being genuinely honest, I don't know what else to say. So, if you made it to the end of this video, we're gonna put the last video I said put aha. This video we're gonna put ill for the guy who ate pepper spray or whatever that was. Pepper balls. Yeah. So yeah, put ill if you made it to the end of this video. Y'all be safe. Please go check out a friend today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.